So one of the last things I want to show you is the tracking, because a big part of this game will be you and the pet tracking for enemies or trying to track down wildlife, because I want to have a survival element to the game, and the enemies being able to track you. So I kind of have to set up a little bit of a scenario here to be able to demonstrate this. But so right now my player is hiding behind this big rock. The enemy is at a distance that is outside of his normal view. Plus, you wouldn't see the player because you're behind the rock. So let me just show you this. So if I start playing here, the enemy will immediately, and let me go over to the enemy here. So the enemy will start tracking, and when he goes down to track, he reveals basically whatever tracks happen to be on the ground within a circumference, and that circumference area is based upon his level. So, and I have an indicator that shows me what the distance of his tracking is. But if I go over here and he sees me, so I can see that he sees me, so I run behind the rock and he will lose track of me. However, because he's tracking and I put footprints on the ground, he reveals my footprints and he will come to the last footprint I made. So basically, once he gets a track on you, he will stay on you. And that's kind of the whole point. I want, at least this enemy, this particular enemy is like a barbarian tracker. And so I wanted to build a tracking system in the game. And this is what I was talking about a kind of a fine control of strafing around objects so I can hide. I can, if I, circle, okay, so he lost track of me. But he is going to do a tracking thing here pretty quick, and he's going to, oops, so I always do that, I accidentally click up here. And he's going to reveal my footprints, and he's going to come right to me. So, because now he knows where I'm at. Anyway, that's the tracking. And then he'll come after me. And I can attempt to, oops, I went under him. I can attempt go after him. So, again, the whole idea is whether or not this is fun once you put it on a touch device. So the other big idea I'm toying with, and I will definitely do, is during combat, I don't know how realistic it is to expect the player just to be touching the screen like I'm doing with the mouse. So what I might do is put a joystick over here that just fades in when I'm in combat view or combat mode, and that joystick, the purpose will just simply be to move around, so you don't have to actually touch the screen. You just use your right thumb for movement, and you use your left thumb for either defense or attack. And that way it's right thumb, left thumb. And then once the combat is over, I'll fade out the joystick and you'll be back to, because I'm thinking that when you're just in the environment with your pet, touching the screen will probably be sufficient, but we'll kind of have to just see how that goes. But I definitely want to try out a little joystick thing for combat movement. So let me grab my weapons. And I think that's it. There's one other thing I just thought of I wanted to show off, and now I forgot what it is, but I'll figure it out.